This is a little video on replacing the shift lever for second generation Priuses, 2004 to 2009. This one's especially from Mark and Leslie from Iowa. Pretty simple. All you're going to need is a small bladed regular screwdriver, a Phillips screwdriver, and a 12mm socket with an extension. And we'll go through this, shouldn't take very long. So the first piece we got to replace or remove is this outside vent, and this just pries off. There's a screw under here. It's a little hard to do with one hand. So anyway, you insert the screwdriver toward the bottom of it, and we'll just pry it out. And I'll see if I can't do it here. Okay, so you just insert the screwdriver under the vent, give it a little twist, that pops out. And that pulls out like so, and you're just trying to release this clip right here, the yellow clip there, and the two yellow clips on the bottom. We got interrupted, so that vent allows you access to one of the two screws that you need to pull out to get this lower piece off. So here's the first, and the second one is right above the hood release lever. Okay, those two screws are now out, so now we can just pry this panel off as well. This car happens to have heated seats in it, so there's a couple extra buttons. So this is the trickiest one. So now you've got that unhooked. We've got that undone. Now we just got to do this side. That side pops out, and we got the high spot to do on that side. And this piece we can just kind of let sit there. It's not going to affect us anyway, being right there. And now we can pop out the upper part of the dash. Trim. Finish popping that out, and that's out of the way. And that allows us to get this cover out without getting too carried away. Again, this is just held in by those clips, so you just kind of reach in and a little snap. Now I usually pop this lower piece off also, and again you can just give it a little pop and just leave it sit just like that, so that piece with the tunnel surround is just half on, half off. And you can get to the bottom of this cover, that pops off the top, and now we have the bezel that goes around the shift lever loose. Now to make things easy, I usually just unplug this wire right here for the park switch. That wire's unplugged. Now we're right to the shift lever. There are three 12mm bolts that you can see. So I'll pop those out. You can see I've got the three 12mm headed bolts out, so now we just pull this out gently. There are two wiring connectors on the back side of this. You just kind of got to reach in. With one, you can do it with, I like two hands for this job, but there's one. The second one is right there. I'm going to let go of that for this one, but you can see the tab. Boom, out. So that's how you get it out. Going back in just as easy, just the exact reverse. So give me a second, I'll snap everything back together. Okay, so I just threw the bolts back in. The holding the park switch in. I got the two connectors hooked up. So then we're just going to put the cover, the trim bezel that goes around that back on. Plug the switch, the parking switch in. Like building a little model when you were kids. Everything snap fits. Just make sure you get all the clips going in the right holes. Okay, so that piece is in. We can pop the top grill part back in. Looks good. Now we can put, that's the surround for the tunnel. Now we just put the last piece of plastic around this column. We get that tab in there. Looks good. Looks good. Now we simply have to put our two screws back in, put our last trim bezel on for the vent, and we're done.